We're out the back of the house. A little pool time. We had Titan goofing around.
I injured him again.
Can't injure that beast.
No.
So I wanted to talk about something that I said, and Clark says, I just said the same thing. Which is kind of cool when we're not together and we talk about something and the similarities of those are
spot on. Like identical, just different words. Same thought. And the thoughts revolve around how we can move through life gracefully and get the most out of our years.
Compared to surviving?
Or being reactive instead of proactive.
So I said a lot of kids die at 25. We just don't bury them until they're 75. And Clark said in his own way, pretty much the exact same thing, which gave me tingles. That he goes, watch this. And then he showed me a video that he just did. And so it's interesting. The number one thing that you have to do is self-help and take care of yourself.
Yep. It's key. So let me start with what we were talking about. What I said and what Mike said that were exactly the same is in regards to the aging process. My belief is that we start aging the day we stop playing. So
tell them the scenario that you said it, because I come from that era and I believe that.
So the street lights would come on, your mom would scream out the door, get your ass in here, and you knew you had to get in the house before the street lights shut off, but you wanted to get one last throw in. You wanted to catch the guy that was hiding. You wanted to kick the can one more time. You wanted to do whatever it was that you were doing because going home was the last thing you wanted to do. You wanted to stay out and play. So the other day I was doing some of the skill shots that I do on TikTok and Instagram, and I was out there and it started to rain. And the normal 58-year-old man would say, oh my God, it's getting ready to rain. I need to get home because it's raining. I don't want to get wet. I don't want to get sick. I'm going to catch a cold. All of these fear-based thoughts. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rip off my shirt and I'm going to have fun playing in the rain, throwing a freaking lacrosse ball at a upright on a football field.
You know, it's
by myself.
Is because this will be outside when athletes, a lot of athletes get older and older and older, even great athletes, they pick up, if they even didn't do a skilled sport compared to an athletic sport in a sense, they'll try to pick up the skill of golf.
Yep.
Which, as we see, is a tough skill. It's a tough skill. So understand, what I'm not talking about is it actually as a skill, but just getting out and moving. It's a very slow and easy thing to do. I'm not a great golfer, but I can get out and I can move through holes. What I like is that Clark gets out and does something that we did as kids. Very active, running up and down the football field, skilled things, compared to a lot of the elders will go, well, I do golf. Well, okay, but he's talking about, or at least I'm talking about, the activity of moving, running, throwing, much more athletic movements than golf.
I take one football.
Yeah, and again, I'm not bashing golf. Golf is a very skilled, hard game. What I'm bashing is the idea that that's the level of your athletic ability now because you're older, and you gave up on the stuff we did as kids. The getting out and playing, just shooting the basketball, going out and throwing the football and skilled shots.
I'm by myself. And I don't need a friend. I don't need someone to retrieve the balls from me. I don't need to hit the shot every time. I just need to be out there doing it and having fun and enjoying myself. I'm talking to myself the whole time. I'm trying to convince myself that I'm capable of doing it, what it is I'm trying to do. So there's a lot that's happening beneath the surface that people would never even realize unless they were out there doing it themselves. And that's what we're trying to tell people is, look, age, and you've heard it said before, is a number, but it's only what you believe you're capable of doing, or more importantly, what you're thinking you're capable of not doing. And that's what most people do. They say, oh man, you're 58, you shouldn't be out running around with no shirt on, in the rain, in the dark, climbing fences. That's not right, that's trespassing.
You did it so much nicer.
The fence.
No, this is not what he said. Because I love the fact that he breaks on the snowflakes here, because he's like, He's a closing in on 60. We're both closing in on 60. He's out there on a football field during dusk, the end of night when I am only allowed to go outside. So with his shirt off in the rain. Now, I know a majority of people are going, wait a minute, hold on. You're going to get your immune system weak. You're going to get COVID real easy now. And he's like, what are you talking about? This is how we did it. This is what we do. And I agree with you. You're out in the rain. You're playing ball. That's fun. And I don't care that he's where you are. That's 15 years old to 100 years old. We're going out with the boots on and really having fun.
I made a shot the other day. It was the one where I threw it and hit the crossbar and caught my own pass. I had to do it twice. And if you watch that video till the end...
Explain to these guys that don't know what you're doing, because I don't think they understand about you taking the one ball, and I said, well, why not have 10 balls?
Yeah.
He schooled me on this.
I want to run back and forth. I want to sprint to the ball, grab it, talk to myself on the way back to talk myself into trying one more time, talk myself into knowing that I can do it, talk myself into doing something that people would tell me, you shouldn't do that, you're going to pull a hamstring, or you're going to do this, or you're going to do that. And it's like, I would rather risk pulling a hamstring running than risk pulling a hamstring coughing because I've not done anything to strengthen myself. So that day when I threw the ball from the 25-yard line, someone challenged me. An NFL Super Bowl champion quarterback challenged me to catch my own pass. He said, punt it, go catch it. I thought, you know what? I don't want to do that. That'd be too easy. So I'm going to throw the football, hit the crossbar, have it bounce off the crossbar and come back, and I'm going to run towards it and catch it. I did it. People said I was a liar. So I did it twice. And the point I'm making is, while I'm out there doing these things, I'm working on multiple different things while I'm there, and I'm having fun. But I was out there for an hour trying to make the shot. I make the shot, I catch it. There's a kid on the other side of the field, 20-something years old, 22, 23. He initiated the conversation with me. Oh my God, bro, that was so awesome. So I said, come here and tell the people that I actually did it. I need evidence because everyone is a snowflake and wants to say, you didn't do it, you photoshopped it. This kid ran up and he was so excited to see that I did that. So my point is, a 22-year-old kid, 23-year-old kid was impressed by the fact that I was out there being able to do that, man. And that's the kind of life I want to live. I don't want to live a life that is not challenging people. You know, I get Botox in my armpits. I need some in my armpits with this thing. But yeah, that's the life I want to live, man.
Okay, so I got a whole bunch of my Titan crew on here, and I want to say some of my Titan crew members have come to me, even one of my one-on-ones, some of my one-on-ones said, hey, I just want to feel comfortable enough to take my shirt off of the pool again. That was a lot of their goals. And to a lot of you, you're like, that's such a lame goal. I think it's a great goal. I think it's
phenomenal.
It's a phenomenal goal. It's a goal that starts with like, I just want to feel like I can take my shirt off at the pool. It's a huge start because what
happens... It's
happens...
also very sad too, in a way, if you think about what these people have accomplished in life. And most of the guys that tell me that are guys that have made millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they've gone through a few relationships, marriage-wise, but they've accomplished everything. They have all of the material possessions that we would think as being successful, but they're so unfulfilled because they can't come out here and take their shirt off and not feel confident in who they are. I get that more than anything else. People love to label people who they are.
I think one of the things is I had a couple people come to me and do that and said, this is my goal. It's all I really want. And then as that happened, next thing you know, we accomplished that. And next thing was, okay, I want to get on stage. So they came in with a baby goal, just going, I want to be comfortable. And we got them there. And then they're like, okay, now I want to keep going. That's a cool thing. And like Clark said, is like we have all these millionaires that are friends of ours. And they're so upset because they can't pay and use all their money to get their bodies that they want. And when it comes down to it, that bodies are one vessel.
That's it. You get one of them, man. You get one, and I love the fact that people want to progress from taking their shirt off at the pool to stepping on a stage to trying to be in a magazine or starting their own fitness channel or becoming a personal trainer. So many guys in my group, the Nanotest Nation, came to me, and I told them at the beginning, one day you're going to be coaching other guys. And they're like, there's no way in hell that I could, who am I? Why would anyone listen to me? Lie after lie after lie. But 6 months, 8 months, a year later, they're now coaching guys in the group. I make them. I'm like, you have to go coach somebody else, because the reality is most people are not going to be able to relate to Mike O'Hearn. They're not. They're just not that strong. They haven't done it as long. They don't have a physique like that. And it is required with what we do to have guys that come from a normal background, right? They're businessmen, or they're garbage men, or they're teachers, or whatever it is they do for a profession. They're not professional fitness models or business people. So that is a relatable thing, unlike, you know, someone like Mike or myself that have done this for a profession our whole life. We've never really had a job.
If you guys are on here right now, both our groups here. So this is going to show on YouTube later, but we have our groups on here. And to be part of our groups going into the new year, obviously check out Clark Bartram, check out Mike O'Hearn, but you guys, we want you in there, and we want you to become leaders. Yeah. So the reason why we're saying this, and we're telling you this, is because of the fact that I don't want you to assume you're 35, 45, 55, that you don't motivate us as you continue to do this path. You do. It's one of those things, is that, I mean, I get motivation from the crew of seeing them make their goals and really dig into this stuff.
I'm overwhelmed daily by the fact that I see guys changing the absolute way they exist on planet Earth. It happens every single day. We have the privilege of waking up every day of our life to an email, a post in our group, a private message, a text message, some form of communication where a man who thought he wasn't capable of accomplishing something, or a woman, in Mike's case, I only coach men, they thought they weren't capable of accomplishing something, yet they've accomplished it, and they say, thank you for the help, coach. That to me is the best freaking message I could ever get. And I was reflecting on it yesterday for Christmas when I sent a message to my group. I said, this is the best gift you could ever give me, is changing your life and improving the way you exist on this planet. But here's the reality. There's more you can get from yourself. You can do better. Not that you're not doing good now, but I know there's more. In what I teach, the 5 lifestyle principles, you have 5 areas which you can dig in on. Is your mindset practice on point? Are your meals right? Is the movement right? Are you actively involved in the community? Do you know why you're taking the supplements you're taking? Do you know why you're taking the prescription medication you're taking? And if you could possibly get off of them by employing these other 4 lifestyle principles that I teach in my group. It's a never-ending cycle of improvement.
That goes with us too. We are continuously learning, and we also learn from watching you guys as well. We both been doing this since the 80s, so it is something that we have taken from the people we've worked with, and continue to see if they made mistakes. Have we made mistakes? Let us know if there's things that we're doing that you think could be done, or you've done in different ways and it worked out. We're opening to learn and listen to you guys. One of the biggest things I think for me is by working with all ages and all nationalities and job descriptions and home environments, which play a huge part in this. You know, the wife or the husband's not supportive with the changes. That's us continuously learning and putting the plan together to work around those situations to make you guys grow. And I love it. It comes back always as, yes, I got in shape, but man, did my mindset change.
Yeah, that's why number 1 in my 5 principles is mindset, because that's the key. You got a really great compliment this morning on the way up here. Nick, I was talking to Nick, he called me just to wish Merry Christmas and all that. He goes, you know, Mike is so awesome. He helps me out so much with my diet, my nutrition. And this is one of these guys that has accomplished so much in his life. But in the area of fitness, there's more that he wants from himself. You know, he's a college athlete formerly. He's a well-respected businessman. He runs a very, very large company.
So big.
They're a $1 billion brand. And but he wants more from himself physically, and Mike's able to speak into his life and help him get that, and it's really neat. So I just want to tell you that he, was just raving about how you are able to provide that information to him in a way that it's able for him to apply to his life. That's basically what you just said, right? He's got a very busy life. He's traveling all over the place. He's running businesses. It's stressful, so.
Ooh, something we got to do today is we got a incredible treadmill. It's not even a treadmill. It's a new age treadmill because it's self movement.
Yep.
So you actually get on the treadmill and then you make it move at the speed that you can move through. And as we're sitting here, a new father, a father who has raised a couple great kids, one of the things that I was thinking about as Clark was helping me pull this out of the box.
How strong I am.
Yes. But one of the things is we pulled it out of the box, a treadmill. This is the key point on what I did and didn't do. We pulled the treadmill out, and then obviously you got the handles and you got all this equipment that goes with the treadmill. And I said, don't worry about the handles. Don't worry about the rack. Don't worry about the speed. Take all that equipment. We're going to put it out in the second area. I just want the movement of the treadmill with no hands on it for my son. And the reason why is I don't want to, and I'll do this with myself, is I don't want to give excuses or baby something that's very simple that can start slow. So you guys that come to me about nutrition, and I get rid of half of them. So there's that Serge and Jeff and Mona don't even let half the people come to me to train with me because of the fact that they go, I'm going to sleep 5 hours. I work this much. I only want to train this much, and I don't want to change my nutrition. Get away from me.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk to you.
I can't help you.
You can't help. I can't help those individuals. And you said this the other day. You're not ready. Clark has a 25-minute learning tool, I'll call it. And we can all give out 25 minutes a day. No matter what we're doing, we can just take that because it's knowledge right there. And he said to somebody that was online, you're not ready. You're not ready.
And that's totally fine.
And I know that some of you are not ready. I hope you are ready by the 1st of January because we're going to blast into the lean plan January 1st.
Nice. I need it.
No snowflakes, the shirt, not him. And we are going to go into this plan, and I need you to be ready. But I need you to be ready. I don't want you to be ready because I said you need to be ready. I need you mentally ready. And the reason why I brought up the treadmill is because I just need my son walking on the treadmill without holding on. That's it.
He does it every day in life. You don't hold on to, unless you're on a walker or something like that. But why teach that, right? So
why am I going to give him that grab onto the thing when he's not going to use it for what he's going to be going into?
Well, I was looking at the training wheels on his bike this morning, and I was thinking about there will be a point in time where those training wheels come off, and it's one of the most stressful points in a parent-child relationship because you're worried they're going to fall and they're going to hurt themselves. But Titan fell today, and he hurt himself. His lip was bleeding. He had blood on his, and I could have caught him. I should have caught him. I didn't catch him. But he stopped crying. The blood stopped. He's okay right now. He forgot about it. The people who are traumatized the most are the parents. Our job as coaches is to take the training wheels off, don't give you the handles to hold on to, and push you to the point where you might feel like, oh, does this person really know what's going on? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. There's not even a question. And that's the reason I come at people so hard and aggressive, because I know you're capable of more. I know the training wheels can
Say it
come
again,
off.
because I don't think they get that. Say it again.
You're capable of more. The training.
But you know that.
I know. It's not even a question in my mind.
That's a good coach.
No question in my mind at all. And I tell people that all the time. I said this yesterday, and someone kind of looked at me and rolled their eyes a little bit. I said, I'm the absolute best at what I do. There's no one on the planet better than me at what I do. There's not. They don't exist. Because I'm the only one that does what I do. So if you don't have a coach in your life that feels that exact same way, I would say go find a different coach. Mike is taking Titan to jiu-jitsu. If Mike and Mona don't feel like that jiu-jitsu coach is the best and he's confident, and he knows, like, leave him here, I got this, don't worry about it, yeah, I know what you're gonna say, yeah, just go, I got this. If they don't feel confident that that coach's that good at what he does, they're going to go find somebody else. But the reality is, Titan's there. He's learning his lessons, and he will get stronger, he will get better, he will improve, and he'll come out of that, even if he does get a little owie every once in a while. That's part of the process. So the owies that you get in this are your self-deprecating comments to yourself, and our job is to shut you up, and that's where it hurts. Oh, I can't believe you talked to me that way. Yeah, I just talked to you that way. Shut up. Don't be a snowflake. Just freaking, come on, let's go. You either trust me or you don't.
That's it, guys, today. Man, appreciate you guys hanging in here. We are, what is today, Sunday?
Sunday.
Man, next weekend is the beginning of the new year. We are going to go full steam ahead.
Let me give you a little tip.
Fall to rise. We fall to rise.
We fall to rise. Let me give you a little tip heading into the new year. Ed Cole, a mentor of mine years ago, told me, Clark, the way you leave one situation is the way you will enter the next. So if everybody's leaving 2021 with this idea of becoming a better version of themselves in 2022, don't drag into 2022 what you don't want to take with you. So, for example, if you don't want to drink in 2022, why in the F would you go out and get shit-faced drunk on 2021 and wake up with a hangover the first day that you're trying to change your life? How much sense does that make? So why would you eat a bunch of crap? Why would you party? Why would you stay out late? How about letting go of some of that stuff now? Let the baggage off here today and slowly get rid of it. So when you hit 2022, you're not trying to eliminate all of these things and change drastically, man. It's much easier not to drag it in with you. So think about what you need to let go and start letting go of it now.
So this guy right here, it says, I don't take any advice from someone that's from a coach who says don't do cardio.
Because you
So this guy says,
don't know what you're...
yeah, and so what's unfortunate is, as you guys know, off season is off season.
Yeah.
Football players, track stars, everybody takes an off season. And the great thing about your heart is it's the strongest muscle. And we all know that weightlifting actually is even better for the heart. So again, this guy's not ready. This person also just doesn't understand what that means by you have to go through training programs, mostly if you're trying to get leaner. If you're doing cardio all year long, remember what we talked about and what the science says about the diminishing returns. So this guy has no idea. He thinks if you do an hour of cardio every day, that's just going to be great for you and you'd be superstar at the end of the year, when you don't realize that you're destroying the body by diminishing returns. You do an hour at the beginning of the year, you're at an hour and a half, 2 hours by the middle of the year. You have to keep upping, instead of doing what we talk about the ladder, about going into training cycle to where you move up to an hour of cardio or whatever it is, and then back it down. And if you are focused so much, like this guy says, he's a hypochondriac. So he's one of these guys that says, if I go outside, I'm going to get the flu. If I go out in the rain, I'm going to get a cold. He doesn't have any immune system or any knowledge about how the body works. And so they're going to just kind of die down. This would be the equivalent of the guy that says he doesn't have 25 minutes to watch your show.
You know, it's a shame.
This kid's not ready.
So many people, let's stay here for a minute.
Okay.
I want to hear this.
Yeah.
Because so many people take things at face value. We're not saying you don't do cardio, you don't train your heart. I think what this guy might be thinking is, oh, you're saying don't train your heart. I train my heart hard every day. I have not been on a treadmill in a long time. I'm still lean. I still
Explain the
have
difference,
abs.
because he believes the heart only functions or is healthy if you're doing cardiovascular.
Okay, so go push a sled. I'm gonna promise you, I push a sled after every one of my workouts. Go put weight on a prowler, a sled prowler, and push it back and forth. I'm going probably, I would say maybe 70 yards is one set.
Let's skip all that kind of moving at that level. You ever superset in the gym?
Yeah.
You ever do squats for 20 reps?
Heart rate's up.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. You're doing that without cardio? That's incredible. You ever go out and throw the football?
Every day.
But throwing the football is not really cardio. You're just moving around back and forth. You go down the field, you grab the ball, you come back, you stop.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that people put heart health and treadmill in the same exact thing, and they think that is the 10 minutes
10
of
minute lunges.
Dude, I've been, since we did, you know how much? I did 20 minutes of lunges the other day.
Yeah.
I went 20 minutes. Do 20 minutes of lunges once.
I know, but
So-
this guy's they take one thing where I say try not to do cardio when you're in off season and trying to put on size. And
Yeah.
so then he takes one thing from somebody that looks terrible, and he says, "Oh, Mike said don't do cardio."
Well, the sad thing is they can take any of this out of context.
Yeah,
you can take
anything.
anyone's statement. I was on this show called Bullshit with Penn and Teller, and they took all of what I said out of context and make me look so bad. And I'm like, what? If they showed the whole thing, like for what it was, you could take this and make both of us look really bad if you want to. And good luck to you if that's your goal. And I'm sorry for you if that's your goal.
I think they can too. Penn and Teller is a huge production.
Yeah.
And it's outside of this level. That's an incredible production crew, and they're fun. They're big guys.
They're great.
Holy
I was like, I felt honored that they would choose me to lampoon.
But they had to.
They had to cut
somebody-
it up. They had to. Yeah, they were trying to dispel this whole fitness movement, and this was years ago. But anyway,
And you're still in shape.
I'm still in
looking
shape.
better than ever as they fatigue.
well, I'm in much better shape than when I shot that, and yeah, and I'll continue to get in better shape as I go. And
Can I block this
yeah,
guy
you
now?
can go now.
All right.
He probably already left.
I'm hoping. So you guys understand about the videos we talked about diminishing returns. That's why the Titan crew fully understands the path of we have to go through our training principles and cycles. If we just continue the same path, we are done. Block.
Yeah. You can only progress so much. Like if you're trying to get heavier than 350, like if you're progressing on bench press and you get to your max, and where do you go from there? How do you continue to get gains without adding more weight because you're physically not able to add more weight? If you're trying to cut calories and you're at 500, how much further down can you go than 500 calories? You can't. It's impossible. So these sorts of things in doing one path, like, okay, I got to do more cardio now to get in better shape. So now I'm up to 4 hours a day of cardio? No, it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
I love that. All right, for you guys on YouTube, that arm right there is photoshopped. Oh, jeez Louise. What's up, boys? Nanotest.
Nanotest Nation.
Boom, guys. Always love. Look at that. Look at that savage. Clark. All right, you crazies. Have a great night tonight. And tomorrow, let's get to the gym.
Peace. Like,
Diminishing
comment,
returns.
follow, and subscribe.
Diminishing returns. I think is one of the big key points that you guys know, my YouTubers. Hey, guys, do me a favor. Let me know what you want to see next.
Yeah, what's next?